Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flick Show. My name is Chris Wong. My voice is mostly back, although it may get raspy at times. I got a cup of water here just in case it dries out. But yeah, I'm finally back and making a video tonight. And the two things I wanted to talk about, I'll talk about first before the other two things that I want to talk about. First things first, this whole Amber Heard thing could get messy. Now, I don't go into celebrity drama at all, but in this case, it could affect a certain movie coming out a little bit later, and that is Aquaman 2. Amber Heard, as you know, plays Mera in Aquaman, and right now, she seems to be under investigation to be the actual abuser and not the victim of her relationship with Johnny Depp. I'm not going to go into details because I think there are a ton of videos about that, but I just want to think about that for a second, that how this could, if true, if Amber Heard is guilty of this could affect her reappearance as Mera, and that would be sad and horrific because she plays a great role as Mera in the Aquaman film, and her and Jason Momoa work very well together. They have some kind of chemistry there, and to have that missing from the sequel could be very bad. I mean, they could go into ways where it's really about him and his brother Orm and concentrate on that and that relationship as a family type relationship, and then have Mera on a away mission with her father or something. We could definitely do that, or they could recast her. That has happened in comic book movies so far, and seems to be happening with Batman. But to have that go away because of something that happened in real life is tragic and bad. And if she is guilty, then she definitely would be justified, and she should be getting some justice for that if true. But in any case, as a comic book movie fan and a fan of the DCEU, it's going to be very sad to see Mera not appear in the sequel, whether or not whatever happens with that. So that is something to contemplate and be warned about later on as we get closer to Aquaman 2. The next thing is this big rumor, and I think Dingus Bringus covers it really well in his videos, so I encourage you to check out his channel. But I'm just gonna reiterate it here. This just came out of nowhere. This was about a few days ago. That hashtag show.com. Now, this is a huge rumor so far. Nothing's been confirmed or anything like this, but it does brings up some interesting perspective on what could happen in the future. So I'm going to read you this. Exclusive from that hashtag show. New Black Adam script features Hawkman, Atom Smasher, and Stargirl. In 2014, Warner Brothers and DC Entertainment made headlines with the announcement that Dwayne Johnson had signed on to star as the titular character in a solo Black Adam film. Nearly 4.5 years later, we've still yet to see Johnson suit up as the DC Comics antihero, with the studio passing on what seemed like surefire appearance in Shazam, but it seems that things might be looking up on that front. Late last month, scribe Adam, I'm going to butcher this last name, Sid Stickler? Okay, I don't know. Who was brought on by New Line back in 2017 to pen the Johnson vehicle, turned in an updated draft of the script, which is sure to please fans of DC Comics. That dude, script seems to be taking some cues from Jeff Johns' early 2000s work with the character, and sets up a battle of heavyweights as it pits Hawkman against the Protector of Kahndaq. The studio will be looking to cast an actor 30 to 39 to take on the role of Carter Hall, with the emphasis on landing someone the audience can believe could go toe-to-toe with a Brahma Bull. The script also features Adam's fellow JSA members, Atom Smasher and Stargirl, the two of them who have often been depicted in a relationship in the comics. The studio will be searching for talent 20 to 29 to play the duo. Black Adam is tentatively set for a March 2020 start of production and is currently seeking for a director. So they're definitely going to want to do this, as we've known from before that Dwayne Johnson is really intent on doing. He's signed on. He's good. Shazam is coming out, and seemingly how that seems to be going to be a big success. There really probably says, I think we're prepared. I think we're confident enough to move forward with the Shazam cinematic universe, if you will, and it will have Black Adam as an origin film, looks like, for Black Adam before they go toe to toe. Or maybe they'll go toe to toe first, and then we reveal Black Adam's character later. Kind of how like The Mummy Returns, which also had Dwayne Johnson, and Scorpion King was introduced in that. Then we tell the story of the Scorpion King. It could happen like that. Who knows? But to have these other people appear, Hawkman and Stargirl. Stargirl is going to have her own series on either TV or the DC Universe, one of those. So that is interesting that she's going to have her movie, actual cinematic version of her. But that's a star-studded. That's pretty awesome to have this blown into this direction. I'm very glad they're going to make a Hawkman. I'm happy they're making Shazam. I'm happy they're exploring all these other characters than the core characters and in movies, not just the CW, not just the DC universe, but actually in the cinematic universe to actually see this is quite awesome, and hopefully it plays really well, which I think it will. I think we're past the point where DCEU is to be shunned. We still got that negativity, but with these few movies that are successful out the gate, I think other people will leave us alone. Maybe, who knows? They're starting to attack Marvel right now for Captain Marvel. It's weird. We switched. Okay, we switched. So, all that controversy and stuff is going to Captain Marvel. All the love is coming down this side to Shazam. The first Captain Marvel, the real Captain Marvel, if I might add. I'm totally shilling for DC right now. So, it's totally exciting. I can't wait to see this happen. But that is all determined on Shazam, and it sounds like it's going to be a really good one. I'm going to get to see it with my wife. We're going to be at AMC Burbank 16 on Saturday because we're not going to be able to make that Watchmen thing, but we will be able to get to watch Shazam, and I can't wait. I can't wait because it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. We've got a little bit more comments and reactions from tonight as more people got to see it. Our own Sam at Team JVS, go check out him. He did a small video reaction about the movie. He's ecstatic. He's happy. He loves it. That's awesome. I got some people out here as well. And I want to pull up, see if I can pull out that one person. This person, he loves the DC universe. He is like, he loves Batman v Superman, Man of Steel, so he's one of us. Mike Kalinowski, he says, Shazam is a fan-damn-tastic, so much heart, full of comedy that works, but also some dark moments that added drama and danger. The cast is wonderful. You just feel the love this movie wears on its sleeve. Scoring was perfectly utilized, and man, the huge ... That's all for now. Shazam. So there's going to be some huge surprises in this, I think, and that is exciting. There's someone even said this is how Justice League should be. I think he's referring to the Shazam family. So I will looking forward to that as well. But it's getting close, and it's exciting to see a general consensus be happy for a film, even for people who dug the Snyderverse from before, have them be happy for the film as well. It's like a coming together, coming to Jesus, but it's a coming together for this certain film, and I can't wait to see this film. Anyway, I've said it so many times, but we get a little bit more tease of the movie through a Chinese trailer. And this one actually includes a lot of the Shazam versus Dr. Savannah scenes, which is awesome. It's epic. It looks like Superman versus Zod in flying around through the city and the Bam Bam, stuff like that. So it's really, really cool. There's one scene that did make it from what came from out in a leak trailer that some blog sites were, I think Super Bro Movies were covering the trailer description of. It finally came out. We get to all see it, where the kid is humming the John Williams Superman score with a Batman and Superman and doing that thing, which is an homage to BVS. Now, a lot of people are upset about that, but be aware. Now, that's in the trailer. It's not in the movie. David F. Sandberg had come out, and he came out again today to say that's in the trailer. It's not in the movie, and it's obviously a marketing with some type of marketing who wanted to put that in as to kind of give that nostalgia back to those older fans or fans of the Reeves Superman and not fan of this Superman. So it's definitely for them, but calm down. It's not in the movie. David Sandberg says it's not in the movie. But it's still funny and cool. It's still cool to see that BVS homage. There's a lot of different homages. There's even the a little bit of a parody. He's kind of, Shazam is kind of a little bit making fun of these super villains who are like far away and they're talking about their diabolical plans or something. They're talking crap. And you can't hear them because realistic they're far away. You're saying you're a mile away. I can't hear you. So it kind of makes fun of that, and makes light of that, and it just shows how much Zachary Levi probably does a very good job acting like a kid, because that's what he is. He's a kid in a big man's body when he goes Shazam. It sounds like, and it's going to be an amazing time. So I can't wait to see this movie. As I said again, and I get to see it early. So, hey, yes! In that one weekend, it's going to be awesome. Shazam, Zack Snyder director's cuts. Oh my God. It's the weekend to end all weekends for me. But anyway, let's move on. Finally, there's something today that I want to just kind of cover, but maybe talk a little bit about. This is coming from Variety. Now, this was brought up to me by Louis Centeno and also Dingus Bringus, and also Eric and Blake at Oh Harbaugh Films. So, if you look in this article, and it's from Variety, a pretty big trade, and it's probably more of an opinion piece, but I'll read it to you anyway. The title is Ben Affleck's action star evolution in 10 movies. And so when it comes down to Batman v Superman, it reads this. With Batman v Superman, Affleck got his second chance to suit up and fight crime, but this time around in the DC universe. Unlike with Daredevil, the actor had the opportunity to reprise his role as the iconic superhero, returning as Batman in Suicide Squad and Justice League. Now, this is interesting. Affleck will be portray the Dark Knight once again in the announced Justice League sequel. So that's an interesting line coming out of that. Very interesting line. Now, it could mean that this writer is very misinformed. He is not updated to the ages. This article was on March 9th, a few days ago. And to see that there is kind of like a real head scratcher. So, tinfoil hat on, if you want to go that way. Ben Affleck will portray the modern Batman once again in a Justice League sequel. Announced Justice League sequel. And it could be that maybe later on they're going to come back and do a Justice League, and it's something that was not supposed to be released right now. Variety has it in their hip pocket to announce that, but it came out in this article instead, and just throw it out there, right? that could be awesome and interesting. That means Ben Affleck could come back as Batman, or at least be part in a Justice League sequel. There is a Justice League sequel. That is so cool and awesome. But tinfoil hat off. Let's look at it even further. Stephen M. Colbert also put out a response to that, and he's from Screen Rant, so he kind of knows these trades a little bit more and bloggers. He said it's not a trade report. It's just a listicle, and he's clearly just sourcing IMDb, and the editor didn't give a close enough look. So it's not actual news site, has any oversight on it. This is no way overrides what's been reported, what Ben has said. He also said that it's a different department, so if when the news site sees it, they may get the editors to fix it. Odds are it stays as it is. So what he's saying, it's different writers, different editors, different departments. I guess it's kind of like your opinions piece site. A blogger have wrote it for it or something like that. It's not the actual news part of Variety, so there's something to be said about that. But I just wanted to bring up because it caused some, just a small bit interesting perk ups, and I thought you should be well aware of that, just in case something actually big does come out of it. But right now, very small chance. But hopefully, I mean, I will be incredibly ecstatic and happy if Ben Affleck comes back as a modern Batman and there's a Justice League sequel. I would be completely ecstatic. But let's wait and see what happens with that. So, anyway, that is it. We made it through. That is it for tonight. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. For all you people out there who are going to the Zack Snyder event, I can't wait to see you guys there. All right, guys. Bye-bye.